In the never-ending pursuit of excellence in sorcery and the advent of the Elden Ring trailer, I have once again chosen to continue invading in Dark Souls 3, and also my desire to make videos. I have begun to stream a little bit more on twitch.tv/prin_. So this video is going to be a bit of a live commentary of a couple of invasions that I thought were half decent, which serves two purposes. The first of all, preventing me from creating the lowest possible effort content in the universe, which is just uploading the clip, and also in service of improving myself. I do this light sneak attack here on this Gank that's walking through quite uninterrupted, and they have no reason to be afraid of me. I have no reason to be swinging here either because I'm surrounded, and I do get punished for it, but not nearly as hard as I would have with less armor. Something about these builds that I've been making recently have actually had decent armor and poise, which is markedly good. If I was wearing the Crown of Dusk there, I would have probably just died. And there, I absolutely would have died. Something to note here is that this Crystal Chime, I did not know it at the time, is +3. I had put it on, and I had not realized that I had failed to upgrade it on this specific build, but it was +3 the entire duration of this this invasion. So I have a co-invader here who's using the Lothric Knight paired greatswords, which means I have to be careful around him, but it also means that it opens up the opportunity for me to cover him with sorceries a little bit more. This means that I could basically just kind of free fire soul arrows without really having to think about it. And this is a strategy that will come into play quite a bit. It's the bread and butter of a sorcerer for a reason, and I'm as sure as hell gonna abuse it. And you will see me abuse it. So I take it upon myself to do this chip damage adventure that I've taken upon myself with Great Shield guy here, because the other players are not posing any kind of threat to me. So I punish this guy for being stupid, and I continue my pursuit of just blasting this guy with a Dark War Pick through his Great Shield, and it's doing like 100 damage per shot, so it's not exactly bad. Crown of Dusk man here has obviously not got the memo that, yes, the Crown of Dusk, although being a symbol of office for mages everywhere, simply does not cut it at meta. The Crown of Dusk is a symbol of dedication to one's craft, and I respect those who wear it, but sometimes it just doesn't work out for you. So I finished off that other Phantom with the +3 Crystal Chime, and here we are just doing our thing. I mentioned this once before, but if I was a host, if I was a host with a co-invader, with two invaders, and one of them was shooting soul arrows at me, I do not think it would be possible to survive for longer than a certain period of time. I think that the pressure is just too great. That co-invader was very excellent. I don't really know what happened to my other one. I looked away for like 20 seconds and he was gone. I didn't even see the notification that he had disappeared. Or maybe he just switched his weapons. Maybe he just like disappeared and switched his weapons, because I don't really know what happened to him. And then I have this weird latency interaction with the summoned blue here, and I was just messing around with him. I kind of wanted to see if it would get the grab box out of hit stun, but it didn't. This is the stairway that all invasions begin in, and it can be dangerous, and even standing here is not the best option, because the phantoms could easily just run you down in a second. Also, something to note is that I've gotten much better at not hitting teammates with spells, which is something that in my last wizard, in quotes, video, I noted as being a serious problem with my ability to do sorceries, but now I only really hit co-invaders with spells once every couple of invasions, and usually it's only a soul arrow. That's really not that bad. As for Bob-omb Blast here, I really should not have been standing this close to the door anyway, but I wanted to get like a cheeky soul greatsword or something, or just swinging the War Pick. Something about the War Pick is that, although it is probably not the best option for this build, a dagger is almost certainly better. I do like the weapon art that lets me get lots of stamina regen, also poise through things if the need be. And also it has fabulous range, and with the stun, as noted by Felicificity, The stun will let you do roll catches with Soul Greatsword or with even just like a Soul Arrow here. And I do like having that pressure. The Phantom gets absolutely, or no, the host gets absolutely destroyed by this Co-Invader, who was excellent. Good games to you. I find that the War Pick is just versatile enough to work as a functional main weapon, although, you know, straight swords and curved swords are almost certainly directly more well-rounded, I guess, in every situation. I find that the niche that the War Pick fills works very well with the Court Sorcerer's Staff. I will be adding like an Aquamarine or just like a Crystal Mailbreaker, something to even it out, because although I do have the Scholar's Candlestick on this build for that little extra bump of damage for every now and again when you're just doing Soul Arrow stuff, I might just switch that out with like a normal dagger so that I don't really have to hard swap, and that I can just whip it out and have it at my disposal for really quick options to just kind of burn people with it. Although I myself find my playstyle to be a little overly aggressive, the things you need to do with sorceries facilitates more of a passive approach. And that's just something you have to accept. Dark Souls 3 is a passive game. Especially at meta, Dark Souls 3 is a passive game. And if you have to wait for a little while in the middle of an invasion, then you just kind of have to suck that up and accept it. Because if you are in this position that I'm in, and you are not respecting the fact that you are surrounded by 4 people, then yeah, you're going to get fucked up. And here I am, remembering that I have this spell equipped on this build, specifically for this purpose, to slow shit down. To go, okay, you're approaching me all at once, now only one of you can do it. And I did get punished for it, but I didn't die for it. And that's an important distinction to make. If I had turned even slightly, I would have been able to catch anyone who was trying to surround me. So I was able to keep the engagement very linear. And yeah, I did take a lot of damage, and if I had gotten hit by one of those soul arrows, then, or fucking crystal soul spears, then yes, I would have died. But I didn't die. We did get hit by a creepo that I absolutely did not see come out, and then I get a co-invader. And co-invaders plus sorcery equals a fabulous time. I don't have to be anywhere near that giant fucking slab of metal, and I can still do my full job. So I see that he's going for like some stupid play here, so I'm just, you know, I have decided to use magic, and I never respect this staircase. I know that people can plunge attack from it. I know that every host wants to plunge attack from it. I know that it is the only strategy that comes into their mind in this area. However, I failed to respect it, and I got plunged there. But it only did like a fourth of my health, which, surprising, but I will accept it. Look, swing guy, I'm covering you. Which is what I was saying in my head. Sometimes I blame my co-invaders out loud, and I realize that it was me who was playing horribly, because I'll sometimes take bad positions, or I'll take bad engagements, or I will approach in situations that I absolutely don't have to approach in. And then I'll get punished really hard for it, and I'll think that it's the co-invader's fault for, you know, not being close enough, but it's really just mine for getting surrounded and getting out-positioned by 4 people. And then I, using Soul Arrow exclusively, am able to catch the rolls of the host while he's being pursued by Greatsword Man. Or Ultra Greatsword Man. It's the Greatsword, but Ultra Greatsword. And then here's just a little pyro duel I had with Bonfire Lap here. I don't really know what their prerogative was, other than to have bonfire duels. But, you know, they've got the Claymore. They've got a backstab on me. And I was really hoping that that would cover my getup, which, I mean, to some extent did. But I took an egregious amount of damage just from standing and facing away from the opponent, which is actually something I get punished for quite a bit. So it's good that I've caught that here and that I have reconciled that. With sorceries, it's not so much an issue because you have to be facing them almost all the time when you're casting. and things like Homing Soul Mass almost never give you enough, what's it called? Almost not enough recovery to ever be punished. So if you cast Homing Soul Mass, you could just roll away almost instantly. I realize that this guy isn't very good at rolling Black Serpent, so I just kind of used that to finish him off. Also, the thing about Pyromancy in this specific interaction was that Pyromancy enabled me to keep my distance against even a Greatsword, which, you know, not the easiest thing to do. Thanks for coming by as I reviewed these invasions, and I hope you have a good one.